Okay, cool. Okay, so I'll get started. By the way, so to start with, thanks a lot for this opportunity. So appreciate this. I'll just straight away jump onto this presentation. So CISO Genie is, as you can see, is 100% Make in India product. So we are 9 months old startup. So we are here to disrupt the industry with our innovation and our experience, right? So I'll just give a brief background about that. So the founders have a combined about 50 years of cybersecurity industry experience, worked for some top security companies in the world like McAfee, Intel, Symantec, and so forth. So the product is ready. It's readily available now. It is in the market. It is ready to disrupt the market. So all the features here we talk about is already part of the product. By the way, it is not on our wish list. It's part of the product, right? So today we'll talk about the problem space. We'll talk about the innovation. We talk about what we did in the product and the innovation in the market, impact and the competitors, and also our sustainability related stuff, right? So first, we'll talk about the problem definition and the market opportunity, right? This is our mission, vision, and mission. So we are here for the world when the compliance comes as a standard. We are getting there. A lot of compliances, a lot of regulatory changes. So hopefully we will get that, right? So and then we want to make it easier for our CISOs and the CIOs. Okay. So why CISO Genie? So the current GRC solutions, what we have seen so far, it lacks a data sovereignty, right? So this is in the GRC space, by the way. So GRC is governance, risk, and compliance. So what we have seen is it lacks a data sovereignty and some modern agentic AI flows and approach that is latest available now, which was not in the existing traditional GRC tool. That is a primary one of the reason that we have started. It supports both enterprise and the service providers to provide as a vCISO service for their clients, right? And it is industry agnostic. It is applicable to all industry verticals as compliance is applicable for all the industries. So that is why it is the roughly we calculated about $33 billion opportunity by 2030. I'll tell you how we arrived that figure. So the 2030, 33 billion, today it is about 20 billion market, right? So this is our very conservative estimate of how we have arrived this figure, right? This is purely SMB based GRC market, right? So because that is what is our focus is, right? So we arrived this figure based on a multiple GRC market research reports mentioned here. So we took an average, removed the enterprise GRC part, and then we are predominantly the legacy-based client-server-based model, and not the cloud and SaaS-based system. And that is how the $33 billion is arised. It's purely remaining, the purely that is 40% of the market and 60% belongs to the traditional big GRC enterprise market, which is a mammoth, like, the Archer kind of a market, which runs in millions, not a modern tool, right? So this is a problem space. These are some of the pain points what the CISOs are having. The reason I'm saying that is, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, you are audible. You
Okay.
can switch off the video if you want.
Sorry?
You can switch off the video if you want, but
Yeah.
audio is
It's
okay.
better. Yeah, I mean, even video stream is good.
Okay, fine. So currently the CISOs, the chief information security officers, deal with multiple compliances and generic for industry specific compliances. I experienced this firsthand as I was a CISO before they started for airlines, and which is highly regulated industry. multiple compliances, hard to manage without system and automation. The existing GRC tools in the market was not providing the complete solution. I mean, it was storing their confidential data in their platform, which is expanding the threat landscape of the organization, right? So looking at the various GRC tool when I was a CISO, it made me think that these are some of the problems to solve and the challenges to be solved in the existing market. And that is how the CISO journey was born, right? So when I started socializing this problem space, I was not alone. I know multiple CISOs were experiencing the same thing. And that is how the whole thing started. Uh, why it's not moving? Okay. And it is the same thing in the media as well. As you can see, there are complaints, fines, and data breaches for not following the compliances, insurance rejections, and so on. And then moving on to the money flows, right? I mean, there are a lot of modern GRC tools which are coming into the market. These are last 2 years of funding which has happened across the world, mostly in US. So innovativeness, right? So our approach as a compliance and the demands grow year by year. So we need to develop a platform to keep up with the pace. The ability to quickly add, manage, and manage compliance change to the support multiple compliances. It's across the world. It's not just few, right? So simplicity is another USP for us, as the existing tools are hard to manage, and which is our core of the platform. So agentic AI, we have used it sincerely to solve some complex problems. And data sovereignty, which most important thing, which most of the GRC vendors have overlooked. So that is something we are solving here. And so our solution is to make more the complex problems clearer, easier to understand, easy to manage in the audits, and the platform is ability to manage the organization risk effectively with the power of AI, right? So these are some of the key features in the platform. So we generate policies dynamically aligned with the compliances they choose. And we have autonomous AI agents, which does the things in background. We provide, external attack surface and dark web monitoring in our platform. And we also allow people to do their own industry specific compliances on their own, the custom compliances, right? So this is our solution at very, very high level. So this is applicable for all CIOs, CISOs, IT team, and auditors. So these are some of the AI, agentic solution that we have used across many multiple features. So we go beyond SaaS. We call it as a SaaSo. It's a SaaS 4.0, which is the latest model, which is basically the SaaS-based model with AI agents running audit is what is SaaSo. So we use that. This is our tech advantage. So we have 4 innovations predominantly, which we want to highlight, which is in 3 pending patents. So we have already patented for 3. So these are interesting innovations. I'll just want to call out, though there are many. So 3 patents, as I mentioned, right? So what these innovations are, or why these innovations, right? So as I mentioned, when I was a CISO, these are the problem areas and the reasons I couldn't choose or buy any GRC tools out there in the market, right? And for 2 reasons primarily. One is the customer credentials were stored in the platform for all the popular GRC tools that we have evaluated, right? And the evidence collection automation was very API based in all the automation, leaving only the fraction of evidence collected and automated, right? And it was not too comfortable for us. It was not solving much of the problem, and that is a primary reason we want to pick these 2 use cases to solve this in our this thing, and then we have solved it and we have filed a patent for it, right? And I'll go one by one. So this is evidence collection problem I was talking about. So how we move out of API-based evidence collection based on every API which needs to be integrated, and API integration still you can collect the evidences for the unknown tools without API as well. So that is what we have solved here, right? So we have used AI agent. Even if there is no API integration, we can still collect the evidence. We use the browser agent, which basically goes to the specific web page of the tool, and then it log in itself and then it goes to the relevant section to collect the evidence, take a snapshot. We use remote process automation, process automation plus AI agent to do this activity. And then we capture it and it will put it into the relevant task and control for us, right? So this is one, and this is patented. And the second thing is the data sovereignty. I don't know why it is coming like, okay. So second one is the data sovereignty. This is another challenge I was talking about. So we provide solution to this in two parts. So one is the customer credentials for their integration tools to collect automated evidences and continuous monitoring are not stored in our platform. It is stored in their environment, right? In the client mission. So we pick the credentials from the cloud, from their environment. And then second one is we also provide an option to store their data and evidence in their environment itself instead of our platform, right? So our platform is intelligent enough to access their environment and in their storage bucket to show the relevant evidences in our task, right? So and another industry first, and it is patent pending, right? So third one is
Mr.
another
Shankar,
innovation.
the time
Yeah,
is up for the presentation. We can begin with the Q&A now.
okay. I think we have started little late. Maybe, I mean, I just not even completed of 50%.
10 minutes of the timer was entirely completed, sir, because the timer was running side by side with you.
Maybe
Okay.
a 1 minute quickly. Very important slide if you think is missed. Shankar?
Okay, I'll just complete the innovation part and I'm done. So there is a small two minutes video just to show that what the innovation that we have in the product. Is that allowed? I mean, I'll just show only that demo only, nothing more than that. Would that be okay?
Sure.
Yeah, sure, because we could not see that.
You can see this? You can
Not
see the
yet.
video?
Not yet.
No, we cannot. Your
Oh,
screen is
sorry.
not sharing.
Okay, 1 minute. Can see now?
Yes.
Okay. So this is a evidence collection video. This is a agentic AI workflow. So I'll just quickly explain what it is. So you choose a compliance and then you choose a evidence plan and you choose the browser, which is one of our evidence collection method, right? So this is a implement vendor monitoring process. The vendor monitoring process is something which is available in our system itself. It's in Sysogeny itself. So it goes to Sysogeny itself to capture the evidences. So the window that is appearing, the node that is appearing, it shows that it is agentic, is processing it automatically. It is not manual. All this is happening automatically. So AI basically knows where exactly to collect the evidences and it collects the evidence. This is a Sysogeny platform. So it just goes there. It already collected the evidences and it shows that it is successful. And this one is a data sovereignty. The data sovereignty, as I said, so the accounts, these are two things. So one is this is a code snippet which they have to put it in their platform to store their data and evidences in their platform, but still you can access from here. And these are the credentials which are stored in their platform. This is a client mission. This is not the platform. So all these are configured in their client mission, in the customer client mission, and our platform will access the client mission to get the credentials to access collect the evidences, right? So this is how it does. So XR node is a tool that they are using. Once you add the XR node, what happens is it just goes and then this is the third party evidence. It automatically adds the third party vendor and it automatically rate the third party vendor. This is another agentic solution. It automatically just the TPRM, which is third party risk management, is 100% autonomous, completely automated. So it automatically adds the vendor and it automatically scans the vendor, right? And this is a sustainability part. So we have sustainability also we support along with the IT and OT, information technology and operational technology. We have responsible recycling, e-waste management from India, and then ISO 14001, which is environmental. This 45001 is a public safety OHS. So we support all that also as part of the platform. It's all these are functional compliances in the platform as we speak, right? These are not something wish list, as I said. You can say it's a SERI, it's a responsible recycling, e-waste, and then 45001, and then the 14001, ISO 14001. So all these can be managed, and it also can be all the updates also can be. This is also one of the kind which does no other competitors has. Any update or regulatory changes happens in the compliance, it automatically scans on in the agentic basis. It automatically scans and it will give to the customer, show to the customer. So this is a regulatory change happened, and then they can just go and update it, right? So they don't have to.
Let us begin with the Q&A. Jurors, if any of the juror would like to go first.
Yeah, because I'm visible first. So,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Shankar, it's a good and nice tool to have for CISOs. One question I have is that in a practical scenario, the nodes, devices, and the applications all keep on getting added, deleted, modified. So, does the your attack surface detection module, gets them automatically?
Yeah, so attack surface management, what we have is the external attack surface management, right? External facing assets only. It will not scan the internal attack scans, right? Internal attack scan, we have a separate module because we don't have, see, external attack scan is something, any, attackers will also do the same, right? I mean, even if I don't do it, someone else is going to do it, right? So I don't need permission because it is publicly exposed. I can scan it, right? But if it is internal environment or internal devices that they are having, we have a separate module for internal scans. So that is different. Yes, but both we support.
Okay, because internal risks are 80% compared to external risks of 20%.
Very true, but the most prominent one which gets attacked is external, because external is what is publicly facing. It's available to everyone. Anyone can see it, basically, all their vulnerability. So that is something that, we give it as by default, we are giving.
Thank you.
Yeah, Shankar, I think I have a couple of points to ask. So first point is, first of all, I mean, it's a good attempt to work on next gen GRC platform, which is in need of time, and bringing all the KPIs together for the CISO and present it in a format which is required to meet the compliances. So I think that is a very good attempt. But I am still trying to understand how holistically the CISO's requirement being captured in the platform. This is the presentation. I'm just trying to get the sense of.
No, I understand. So the reason is, I myself being a CISO, right? So I know what problems I had when I was a CISO, right? So typically, I have not followed any other traditional approaches what generally other GRC tools has followed, right? So I have followed, what CISOs want, basically, right? Basically, they want compliance, security driven through the policies, right? If you think about it, most of the organizations, even my experience and also many of my, colleagues' experience as well, right? So you can write a wonderful policies, right? But if it is not implemented, what you have written on the ground, and if you are not able to measure the policies, what you have written and what is happening on the ground, right? There is a mismatch between policies and this thing. So that is the reason what we have is, I mean, I didn't get time to showcase that, but what we have is we generate the policies and security policies automatically, right? It's auto-generated policies. We don't use any template. We don't take a template from the compliance and use the template as it is. Based on the assessment what they have provided, we auto-generate the policies completely. And every policy, every category, and every control has a score, right? So what they implement on the ground, it will immediately reflect on the policy score in the platform, right? By looking at the policy dashboard, they will understand what is happening on the ground, and what is in the policy is what is happening. It's a practicing on the ground, right? So this is one of the missing piece in which I was struggling myself as a CISO, because you have a policy of 30, 40 policies, but probably 50% of it would have been implemented, and even then you can't really correlate with what is happening on the ground and what you are experiencing and what you have in the policy, right? So that is one of the thing we have tied very closely, the task implementation on the ground and what you have in the policy, which is auto generated, and also measurable policy. Every policy is a
So
measurable policy.
coming back to the point, the accuracy part, like you mentioned, TPRM, so data addition of partner, then valid collecting the data. So what is the accuracy? How you are measuring the accuracy of validations? Data being captured and stored in the platform, and you are validating to present the compliance. So what is the accuracy level? I mean, have you seen any kind of, because
Accuracy of the data which we are collecting, is that what your question is?
no, data being received is accurate and it's presented, interpreted and presented in a compliance format, right?
Correct. Yeah. So basically, what we do is we curate the compliance when we get this thing, right? I mean, when we curate, we have used AI to curate the compliances that we got, right? Usually, compliances runs in multiple pages, right? I mean, we have to curate, and basically we divide this into clauses and controls, right? Generally, that is how it is. Most of the compliances have it that way, right? Either only controls or it will have clauses and controls. So we validate that, we take that, we map it to the other compliances, right? And then we try to, because we have done certifications ourselves, right? Because ISO 27001 was done, ISO 2 was done in our platform, and auditors are, have done it. Online audit can happen in our platform. So they have not raised any concerns, and we validate it manually, and we already validate in automated fashion as well. So 2 times we validate before we push it to our production.
But I mean, still, I'm trying to get a sense of technical controls validation in the platform. So whether you could present or not, but how CISO, being a CISO, can confirm that the IT and OT infrastructure deployed in the organization is following the policy compliance, maybe the CIS
Yeah.
benchmark, and there are no threats, there are no 0 days. So that is what I mean. How you can present through your platform? That is a need of time. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so we have a dashboard which presents everything. We correlate all the data and we present, and we also have a threat intelligence feed which is coming from multiple threat feeds, right? Which we show it in our dashboard to show that, make sure that any 0 days that the CISOs can take action on it, right? But other than that, the dashboards is a way for CISOs to take a look at it on the daily basis to see in which direction it is heading, and they can see the historical view, the snapshot view and all that, and then they can take a call, in which direction it is going. We have a very comprehensive dashboard for compliance. We have a CISO's view as one of the overall dashboard, and we have a compliance view, and we have a risk view, and we also have a task view. These are the various dashboards that we have in our this thing. And also we have reports. We have CISO reports, we have executive management report, we have auditor report, we have compliance report, we have risk review report. So all that can be dynamically generated from the platform itself.
Thanks, Shankar. Thank you, and all the best.
Thank you.
Upendra sir,
Wonderful
do you
work.
have a question?
No, Mr. Amon, thank you, because I joined a little late, so I'm a little less known to this tool. So you may please proceed.
Sure.
Mr. Shankar, wonderful innovation. It seems pretty comprehensive. I have two questions. One, agent, so you're using the agent. Agents are the most vulnerable piece in this whole value chain because they are vulnerable to attacks. So, and if attackers get hold of the agent, then the whole system can really completely collapse.
Mhm. Yeah, you
So,
are
how
right.
you're
I mean,
handling?
you are right. Yeah, absolutely, you are right. I mean, I'm not denying that it is a new innovation. Agentic itself is not very matured, right?
Mm,
So what we do is from our side, we ensure that we ourselves are a security professionals and we have been in a
mm,
security companies, and what the primary reason we have started this GRC is to ensure that there is no data sovereignty and all that, right? So we have a weekly security testing that we perform on our product to
mm.
ensure that there is no security loopholes that is available in the product. That includes the entire product. It includes the agentic framework that we are using, right?
Okay. Now, the second question I
Especially
have, the second question I have, what kind of innovation you have done? Are you using LLM models only for the orchestration or automation, or you're using also for the threat detection or threat intelligence?
no, we are not using for threat detection and threat intelligence. It's purely for automation and
Okay,
the
fantastic.
agentic flows.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Wish you good luck. It's a
Thank
good
you.
innovation.
Thank you for the presentation, Mr. Shankar. Very well presented and answered to the questions of the jury as well. We wish you the very best with your innovation.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
Welcome.
Jurors, while you evaluate this innovation from CISO, we can get ready with the next set. The next innovation is from Cyberminder, and we have the presenter here.
Can I log out or
Yeah,
sorry?
Yes, you can
yes,
log out,
yes,
please.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
thank you. Thank you.
Bhupendraji, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Welcome again in jury.
Thank you very much, sir. Due to
Good
some
morning,
prior
sir.
commitments, I couldn't actually make it in time.
No, no
Uh,
worries, no worries, no worries.
so apologies for that.
No, no.
Uh,
Vijay ji is already
Mr.
here.
Okay.
Yeah,
And Mr. Amod, I have one request. Let me see whether you have. Okay. So I need that URL in the chat, because in the mail also I didn't receive the
okay.
evaluation.
Yeah,
Evaluation.
sure, sure.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you
Uh,
very much.
Good morning, Mr. Sudhir.
Hi everyone. Hi panel. Good morning. It's good
Good
to see
morning.
you.
Good morning.
Would request you to share your screen and begin with the presentation.
Yeah, yeah. Just me share my screen. So let me give a quick introduction. So this is Sudhir Kanamali. I'm a Chief Technology Officer in Cyberminder. I predominantly come from offensive background, actually. So what we built today, so these are our, just give an example. So we have started, our company 3 years back. So these are our customers and all those stuff. I'm just like skipping all those marketing stuff. So what is the biggest technologies that what I'm solving today with the cyber is what nobody else has solved. We just talk about that. So it's like, so today cyber is discovering 100% of the assets, actually. So predominantly you guys knows about attack surface management, right? Nobody is doing 100% asset discovery that is native to the internet. So cyber has achieved, this is one of the biggest discovery. We filed a patent as well. So we are awaiting for the patent. Sorry, I think this presentation is jumping around. I think this is better way. Yeah. So when this is what we achieved with the predict engine, we are using a lot of AI stuff, and we built our own predict engine to construct the assets. that is not there in the internet, and how do we discover more? We use a lot of telemetry data and all those stuff. And second biggest problem today we are solving is zero false positives and zero false attribution. So we are the only OEM who is claiming the zero false positives with active methods and the false attributions actually. So we are not claiming this, just like with one domain or two domain. We have done it around thousands of the domain, and we have scanned it. So we literally, nobody has even reported nobody has reported saying that, okay, this is not my vulnerability, this cannot be my asset and all those stuff. And third, biggest innovation. So what we are doing today is on exploitability with multi-stage engine. Okay, so many people and so many doing, risk assessment, and everybody, all the OEMs are throwing, vulnerabilities, but nobody is giving a true picture. These those vulnerabilities can be exploited. Actually, how do I know? Okay, so let's say if I do a risk assessment, okay, they are giving me 1,000 vulnerabilities. How do I know is this 1,000 vulnerabilities which one is exploitable, which one is really impacting my environment? So which one is the actually attacker has a skill set to exploit, to come in? What is a entry point? So that's nobody is giving it. So we have 17,000 attack libraries, highest in the world again, and these are all accurately collected from the real world hackers, the how real world hackers are penetrating into the any company. So this is the same way we built our multi-stage attack engine. So that multi-stage attack engine, once we fire it, it's completely truly 100% automated platform. There is no human intervention or nothing. We can even do 1,000 domain scans per day, actually, without getting caught or with achieving a stealth. So these are the four major technology breakthroughs of the cyberminder, what I say. Yes, actually, I'll just give you a little bit of a brief. So how cyberminder works. The cyberminder works with the start with the domain scan. So it's like any company that we can feed the domain. With that particular domain scan, we go to all the open source intelligence. Once we gather all the telemetry data in the internet, so right from the deep web, dark web, and all those stuff, our D2 engine kicks in. So even it furthermore probes into the deepest of the darkest, sites. Actually, once we discover everything, that's where our offensive hacking engine will discover more assets, because that's where we predict engine will come into picture by validating all the assets. First, we validate all the assets. Second thing, we discover assets that is not there into I'll give one example how we can discover that. So there is always an ASN numbers. Okay, one ASN number, you pick it up. In that particular ASN number, a lot of IP blocks will be there. So we enumerate all the other IPs actually. So similar fashion again. So when we validate everything and we discover all the assets, that's where we send it to a multi-stage attack engine for a validation and get the exploitable attack paths. Once we get the exploitable attack paths and we will submit the reporting via APIs, web, and Excel actually, that's where customers can truly says that, okay, these are my actual attack paths. I need to focus. I don't need to focus 1,000. I need to focus 500 of it. I need to close these 5 doors actually. So that is how we are bringing a scale, this automation and precision at the same level actually.
So, dear, just a prompt. 5 minutes are left for the presentation.
Yeah. So today, as a technology, so we are replacing, as an Indian company, we are replacing all across the globe, and many customers we are winning the deals, especially in the TPRM, ASM, BAS. All these technologies are outdated now in the AI era. So we're replacing all these technologies from the cyberminder perspective, actually. So these are some of the modules. So I can quickly show you what we are claiming and how our platform looks, so that some of the live examples I can show you too. This is our platform dashboard. So this is our asset discovery. So we discover assets like subdomains, IP addresses. With the subdomains, IP addresses, this is the digital footprint, like technologies, web servers, mobile applications, hosting provider, DNS certificates, open ports, GitHub repositories, associated domains, what and all things are there associated to these particular assets. Once we get all these things, actually, that's where our multi-stage attack engine will fire and they'll get all the exploitable vulnerabilities. These are all exploitable vulnerabilities categorized into critical, high, medium, low, and all those stuff. This is very large domain. This is GOP.PE is one of the test domains. It's very large domain. If you scan with any Nessus or something like that, you will get 1.5 million vulnerabilities actually. Out of 1.5 million vulnerabilities, we are just like discovering 142K. It's like this is 10, it's like 90% of the reduction because of the false positives actually. And I'll show you to one of the how the results will be there. Yeah, you take this SFTP, secure file transfer, configuration as a file. You just click it. You can see this particular configuration file, with this, what is this configuration file is all about, what file it has been uploading and all the stuff. So we really bring this particular, endpoint. So attack pass to the endpoints actually. See, there's like a lot of, you can see there are long routes. It is like, so that's how the cybermeter works. Cybermeter doesn't even throw the results. We actually go to the last mile endpoint and we'll give the results so that they can they don't need to worry about so a lot of things. You can see what are the default logins that has been impacted. So Zebex logins. So what is that? Admin. What's the passwords and all those stuff we are there. So these are all being tested by our multi-stage attack engine. So this multi-stage attack engine will really give you very accurate results, actually. So it's very large domain. That's what it is taking some time. So again, so we are not only just like giving the vulnerabilities, we are giving so vulnerabilities with the descriptions and everything. So with the remediations as well. Even we are testing remote code executions, error-based SQL injections and all. These are all predominantly come from your pen testing cycles actually. So you don't need to do pen testing, external pen testing without. So when our platform is there, and one of the biggest advantage that put the difference, what I'm telling is like, so just say we validate every vulnerability, and if that criticality is at a version, we clearly state that this is verified by version. And this particular vulnerability, you see there's a lot of version-based vulnerabilities there. And if you see that this is a old, okay, this is the old CVE, but this CVE is a public exploit. That's why we truly showed this is verified by POC. That means an attacker can really exploit this particular endpoints, these particular hosts actually. So that's how we bring scale and precision at the same time. We can scale the large domain sets and very accurately, no false positives, no false attributions. That's the cybermeter. So that's the innovation that what we have done. I think I'm done from my side.
Thank you for the presentation, Mr. Sudhir. Jurors, we are open to questions. If any of the jurors would like to take the first question.
Hi, Sudhir. Good morning, and thanks for the presentation. Yeah, as you know that you're doing good in terms of cyber threat exposure management, external perimeter side. So we would like to know how you are approaching the dark, deep kind of exposure specific to any organizations, or is there any connect, API-based connect, or any threat feed coming from deep side, deep dark website? That is one aspect. Second is how your tool is gearing up for the internal threat exposure, because insider threats are increasing, right? So how is going to win into your platform? Any plans for that? I mean,
yeah, so in the deep and dark web today, we have around 80,000 sources we have integrated to our D2 engine. So the D2 engine actually scraps the entire data. The biggest problem with the dark web is today is, the timestamps will keep on updating and the recurring data will come. So that's how we solved that with the AI. We really test whether this particular data is old or not. Okay, this credential is leaked previously or not. Okay, if it is previously, if the password is working or not. It is like we really bring validation so much, saying that okay, if now is any endpoint is compromised by any infostealer malware, we give that in details, actually saying that okay, what is that infostealer malware has been it is attacked and where it is attacked and all those stuff. So I think there is no botnetics in this particular domain, but we'll give the within system ID as well. So we validate and everything, we will give it to them. So today we have a very robust Telegram channels and all there for infostealer malwares, and we have implemented a lot of, we integrated a lot of dark web sources as well, actually. So if you say how many dark web sources compared to the industry standards, we are at 95% of the dark web sources we are scrapping already. So only the 5% of the dark webs are they're like ghost servers. They come online, they go online and all those stuff. Those are the things we cannot automate. So those are the things is left alone. So that we are, if somebody requests, we can do it manually. Yeah, that is point number one. Point number two is how we can cater to the internal attack paths actually. So we have a provision, Cybermeter has a provision though. So if we have a server, I can run this particular entire attack script from the internal perspective actually. So that already we already built a technology as a thing, but we didn't brought it to UI. So we are working on it.
So, any one last question, more from like major threats nowadays, looking at the cyber landscape, is that ransomware is there for a long time, and people still trying to prepare for the ransomware infrastructure. So, is there any way you can confirm that looking at the external perimeter landscape, I mean, threat exposure for an organization, so it is prone to ransomware or not? What is the probability that this specific? So, I mean, those kind of projection, if we can provide, that will be a good help for the organizations along with the threat exposure.
That is 100% we can do. The ransomware, how the ransomware gangs are attacking, what are the, what are the CVs that the ransomware is attacking today? We are actually giving the complete visibility with the validation. Saying that, if somebody wants saying that, okay, this is the possibility of the ransomware. If somebody wants to simulate that, okay, we have even a small packet of the ransom. I can go and I can inject that particular file into the any system. And I can say, see, I can inject it this particular file and this has started encrypting into one of your server. So like that simulation also, we have built it. It is not only that, we are saying that you are susceptible for a ransomware. No, we are accurately saying how a ransomware attack can happen on your domain and to your organization to the very specific point.
Yeah, thanks. All the best, Sudhir. Yeah. Over to you, Amol.
Yeah, hi, good morning. I'm Bhupendra. So I have one question. So how frequently you are scanning the assets? Because there may be possibility that assets are keep on getting changed or getting
Yeah.
updated. So how you are keeping track of all these things?
So we have a configuration so where customer can choose that it's a continuous monitoring, a weekly scanning, or a monthly scanning, or like yearly scanning or quarterly scanning. It is therefore up to them. So we have built a configuration so where you have capabilities of doing even continuously as well.
Okay. So now considering about the workflow, have you thought of attaching this workflow with any SIEMs or automated
Yeah.
uh,
There are a
solution?
lot of yes, there are a lot of SIM people they are using it. We have completely APIs, REST APIs built, so automatically workflows are there. We integrate to the SIM. Whenever we detect any of the exploitable attack path, immediately the correlation. So we are even asking an assigned vendor to integrate with an AI so that they will give the possible correlations and possible suggestions saying that okay, these are my top 5 assets that is really exposed to the internet and they are vulnerable. Okay, if we don't have a fix, if the IT team doesn't have a fix, please monitor if there are any scripts are being executing in these assets. So the
Okay.
complete workflow we have built to the
Okay.
SOC.
Okay. And one more thing, you might be using several tools in your solution. everything
Yeah.
might not be developed by your own company. So how
No,
you are keeping track whether
no,
those solutions are giving correct results or not, and the dark web TIs or IOCs which are collecting, how you are
yeah.
validating whether it is correct or not?
That's what actually it's a lot. Previously, this is one of the biggest problem we solved because most of the people rely on other OEMs and other like Shoda and sensors and all the stuff. We are just pulling the data and we are correlating and we're validating ourselves. That's what the innovation what we have done is predict engine. So that predict engine literally validates in each and every asset. We have created so much of a robust algorithm actually. Let's say you take one IP address, we go to the certificate, we go to the ASN number, what services is running, what server is NATed, to who is NATed, which location it is there. So like that, there's a series of validations is there. We are just picking up the data. We are not showing and throwing the data to the customers. We are validating in every step.
Okay.
Even so, yeah.
Okay. In one of the example, you said that to detect the ransomware possibilities or plausibilities of infection, you do a file hosting check there. So you will host a file there. So don't you think that this is an invasive kind of method, and do you have prior permission to do such things, or you are
No, so
simply
platform
demonstrating
does it, yeah,
demonstrating this
platform
user
does
like that?
it. I understand. So our platform does it to the extent. So the next level thing, actually, if somebody want to really see, this is I want to test my ransomware and all those stuff, then we will always take a permission because it's already at we are at interactive stage, saying that we are already interacting with the customer. So obviously, customer will give us a permission. If customer not giving us a permission, they are not comfortable to do it. We don't do it.
Okay.
So all the calculations are there in the platform.
Okay. One last question is, do you have any generic playbook kind of thing which users or your users can opt for?
No, we don't have a generic playbook. We have a customer's playbook. So that is having a 17,000 attack scripts actually. If somebody want in a play, let's say I want an attack only on my, these are my servers. Okay, these are the servers I want to check whether this is natted online or not because my OT systems are running actually. So like that, and if you give any use case, so that we can fire that particular attack chain.
Okay. Last question is, can a user customize this playbook, or we have to interact with your organization first?
Now, user customization we are bringing to the portal itself. Right now, it is like we are doing it because of the complex in nature. Because so many people don't understand how to write the scripts
Yeah.
actually. So,
Okay.
so if somebody can write the scripts, we have a portal for that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mr. Vijay, do you have a question?
No, not really, because my concern remains of the internal risks more. So whatever external attacks which we are detecting, if your tool can show that they are targeted towards a particular employee of the organization or a particular email ID or a device, that would be a great help. If
Yeah.
instead of going into too many technical details of the type of the attack or its taxonomy or all those things, because those are for the technical people to look into. But as a
Mm.
CISO and the shortage of uh, high-tech people in the organization, which is not into IT, I will look into those type of matrices more.
We are close to, sir. I think we will get this done in another quarter. So we almost done that.
That will be good. Congrats.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
the
so much.
presentation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the presentation as well. Very well presented and answered to the questions of the jury as well. We wish you the very best with your innovation.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Jurors, while you evaluate this innovation, we have the next presenters here. The next presentation